Then is the award for Corporate Change Leadership Rebranding and Corporate Change Leadership Restructuring. The final award is for the Corporate Change Leadership Business Turnaround.
Another short break. When we return, we take a look at the jury round and also what the jury felt about the idea of a book being made into an award. Welcome back to this special on the Leapfrog Change Leadership Awards, the first of their kind anywhere in the world. Here's a look at the intense jury round and the deliberation that went into picking the winners.
I also writing category.
The 15 awards were not an easy giveaway. It took 4 long hours for the jury to choose the winners from 15 categories. The jury members, each from a different field, brought in a fresh perspective to choose the change leaders. This is what the jury members had to say about the ethos of a book being made into an award.
I think this award is a very interesting idea in the sense that it looks to celebrate and provide importance to change leaders and change processes in several critical areas: socially, economic, political and industrial. And I think that's the way the book is being translated into our process.
In the context of what's happening in India right now, this is even more important because we are in a very volatile period of world history, and we are as a nation experiencing change in an exponential manner. With the ground moving on a daily basis virtually, then to be giving an award on change is a very nice thing to do.
It's a very cliche thing, but the change is the only constant thing in the world. And the kind of awards that were discussed today are important awards. That's why the change makes a difference.
I think it's an important way of looking at what's happening, because in today's world, if there's one constant, as they say, is change, and the speed of change, the acceleration, the rate of change has gone up. And therefore, this kind of thing, which is looking specifically at change and how to manage change and leadership of change, is to me key to the future in any area that you look at, because change is rapid both in technology, in society, in business, and this award, therefore, I think is a very timely recognition of that kind of process which derives from the book and its philosophy.
I think it's a very innovative idea. It's taken a long time coming to India, but I'm very glad that it has happened. Change is happening all around us. It's just that this has not been captured by way of awards ever. So it's a first in our country, and I'm very happy to be associated with it.
With each award being unique, each of the jury members looked out for a mixture of qualities while choosing the winner. Here is what they think makes for a good change leader.
It must impact people's lives. At the end of the day, change is for people, and how does it positively impact the life situation of the people?
Integrity, passion, the ability to take risk, and of course the performance.
I really like the way in which this award really honed in on the parameters of change. So if there was an award for restructuring, that's quite new, and I found that very refreshing. The way the global aspects of change, and I think it was quite interesting, one of the discussions that we had, where we looked at, okay, here's a global company, it's been acquired by an Indian company. Now, should we be looking at the global impact of an Indian company, or should we be looking at what has that global impact done for India?
We've looked at many dimensions, but a few key ones which we looked at is that when you look at leadership and change, what is the impact of that leadership? You know, the change that you're looking at, it's an innovation, something new, better practice, good management. What is the impact of it? Because there are some things which are limited in scale and scope, and one of our considerations has been is how big was the impact.
We concentrated on the fact that if there was an innovation, what kind of change did it initiate? We concentrated on the fact that if there was a new kind of merger or acquisition or restructuring or leadership design, what change did it bring about? And to some extent, of course, that change can't be transient. Does that change remain sustained? Does it ingrain in the system? And did that change actually bring or add value, firstly to the organization itself, but also did it change lives of people?
Some of the jury members have been change leaders themselves. Ex-NASSCOM chairman Kiran Karnik helped troubled IT company Satyam in its turnaround. With a new management, the company headed into a new direction.
You know, any case of organizational transformation, change, M&A, takeover, there is a lot of change. There is one dimension of it, is cultural change from one kind of organization which is there to something else. Second is the change in top leadership, and that sometimes means a new direction, a new ethos, a new approach. And the third one is certainly in terms of the outlook. You know, are you changing scope and change and direction? Now, in many cases, and you mentioned Satyam, Mahindra Satyam, the business they are in is very similar. But there's new leadership, a new organization, a new culture, and people have adapted to that.
Even actor Anupam Kher feels that change has helped him develop as an actor and also helped the industry.
That's why the change makes a difference. Even as if I see my career, I think what made me different from other actors is the risk of taking risk in looking for change. Usually in India, you get typecast from the first film to the rest of your career. And I was 28 when I did Saransh, and so that itself was a change, and then to do comedy and this thing. So I believe in change.
That was a look at the idea of the Who Moved My Cheese ethos and its relationship with these awards. Stay tuned, because in the next episode we're going to bring you all the action from the award ceremony.